So the verdict is in. What do we really think about Starlink? The biggest hiccup, which was during the installation. How does Starlink work? Without boring you with all the science, because that stuff is all out there. From the way I understand it, it's basically satellites in space that are closer to Earth than normal satellites, which gives you faster internet, less lag and stuff like that. Like I said, don't want to bore you about it. Apparently that's why you can get it in almost any location. Yes, it needs to be installed in a place where it's got an unobstructed view, but it's not supposed to be affected by any sort of weather. Because we're on voice over internet phones, when we get lots of people in the office, it slows our internet down, our phones cut off. Apparently this isn't ideal for those, although there's no data that says either way. So we may try it. But in the first instance, we're going to have wired broadband into the office, but with this running over for our computers and everything else. Let's dive in, have a look what you get in the box. Keep watching, we'll show you how to install it, and we will give you a review and a rundown of how everything works. One of the downsides of Starlink is the cost. On the domestic agreement, currently October 2023, £75 a month for the actual agreement, but you have to either buy or rent the equipment. Now the equipment to buy is £450, but they've just brought out a rent, which is £15 a month. So it is quite a lot of money each month. Is it worth it? We've also had to buy the other bracket as well, which is basically just a long bracket to make sure we can mount it from the roof, because in the box it only comes with a ground mount. Now that roof mounting bracket was £50 as well. In the box, for the £450, you get a ground stand. I mean, it's pretty solid, but you get the ground stand, and then you get the actual dish itself. So this is what will go up on to the roof. I believe this is actually electrically adjustable as well, so it adjusts itself. I'm a bit scared to put it down and break it. It is actually already damaged. Not a good start in my eyes. You get a router / control unit, so it basically you plug that in, plugs into there, you plug it into the power and everything else, and you get a 75-foot cable on the actual dish. So you can't go too far from this, because you only get a 3-meter cable for the actual control unit. And that's it. Doesn't seem a lot for the money, but if it does the job, it doesn't matter. So let's get it fitted and see how it works. So the verdict is in. What do we really think about Starlink? We've now been using Starlink here in the Vapor Clean office for around 4 weeks. Actually, we have found it really, really good. The biggest hiccup, which was during the installation. So because we have a wired network, we didn't have the right adapter. So we couldn't actually complete the installation on day one. Wireless worked absolutely amazing within 15 minutes of starting the installation, but the wired network couldn't be done straight away. After ordering the part, which was a little bit expensive, it was another £30 for a tiny little adapter, but we got it all connected and now it's up and running. And I must say, it is brilliant. The only issue we've had since we've been using it was we had a power cut here in the office. When we had the power cut, it didn't automatically come back online. Now it should, obviously, after a power cut, automatically reboot and reconnect. But unfortunately, it just wouldn't do it. In the end, we had a look at the app, and there is a reboot function within the app. So we simply clicked the reboot, let it do its thing. It took about 60 seconds and it was up and running again. If we'd have known that, wouldn't have caused us any downtime at all. But even with that, it was only a very small amount of downtime, which actually was caused by the power cut. We are now fans of Starlink, and we're going to be continuing to use it. And as long as you can get a good clear sky, I would highly recommend Starlink. We hope you found this video useful. Thank you very much for watching, and please do click the subscribe button, turn on the notifications so you get a heads up every time we publish a video.
You can check out our weekly video of Behind the Cleans, showing exactly what happens behind the scenes here at Vapor Clean, and also catch our standalone videos like this one. Thanks very much for watching, and we hope to see you soon.